Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fast Food Thursday. I, my friends, am awaiting a summons from The Hague any minute now because today I broke the Geneva Convention. So
You did?
I did. I made a casserole, and it's like ravioli, tomato, carrot based, but
see.
like at least 10% extra hot habanero sauce.
So you made a chemical weapon, I see.
Put a chili pepper in there to sort of make it a bit sweeter. Take the edge off. A lot of like just pepper, black pepper. Speaking of which, I ate Atlanta-style lemon pepper wings yesterday, and it was really good.
Hang on. Hold up. So is it grand patrons who get to join in the...
It's $20 plus.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering that, because you get the same Discord role if you play 10 or 20, but it specifically mentions about Fast Food Thursdays in the 20.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but I was like,
I might have to revamp the Patreon to give better rewards eventually.
Well, you might want to add different roles for grand patron and Fast Food Thursday role, because if they're the same role, then the $10 people could technically sneak in here, I assume.
No, they can't. There's a hidden role in Discord that I only give. That it only gives to $20 plus patrons.
Sneaky crowd, you.
Like I don't know. Maybe I should call the people who get in here grand patrons, but also with a very big dick.
Big wallets.
How do you do, fellow patrons?
Audience, hello, Neolutionist. I am not a patron, so.
What, you mean you donate to yourself like some?
Yeah. I got a mug. Not I got them, but my girlfriend got one of the mugs from the merch store, and it's really fucking good. I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be like meh, but it makes tea taste better. So, I'd recommend everyone go to the merch store and buy merch.
It makes tea better.
Oh yeah, it does.
What we need is a George Foreman style grill, but it's like a Burgerkrieg branded grill for burgers, obviously.
I would love to be able to do really stupid merch. I want to have like toilet paper, the Burgerkrieg toilet paper, so you can wipe your face with my ass.
Other way around.
I was gonna say.
What? No,
wipe our faces with your
wipe your ass with my face.
Maybe you release two brands. You release toilet paper and tissue paper, and
yes, the one for your face is my ass on it, boy.
That's a pretty good idea, actually. I'd buy that.
I've had the idea of having just water blessed by the English Pepe, so it's like holy water that I'd be selling.
Okay.
I'd buy that.
I don't know if you get spammed by Patreon whenever somebody subscribes, but you should see it to any, so I don't get kicked from my role.
I like being spammed by that. But yeah, there's like some like novelty weird shit that I want to actually make like yerba mate with the label that is there. That will be interesting. Also, everyone, just a quick reminder: you can't text me on the Discord server while we are doing this thing here, because I will not go into any other channel except for the studio channel, because 100% the moment I go into general, I'm gonna be fucking killed with gore, and then YouTube will ban my channel.
Is that really our weapon of choice?
Fucking hope you don't have lolly on your computer.
No comment.
I do not, because I live in the UK and we hate fun.
I mean, let's be honest. Lolly isn't a problem. Like, anything that does not involve real children is not a problem.
They're just drawings.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people misrepresent other people's arguments where they say that they personally don't find it tasteful, as being equivalent to suggesting it should be illegal, which is not the same thing.
No, I don't find it tasteful at all. Like I couldn't jerk off to that shit, but you know, I can't jerk off to animal porn either. Can't jerk off to furry porn.
There's all kinds of porn I don't understand. I don't think it should be illegal.
Humiliation porn, that I also don't get that. I'm not gonna outlaw it because of that.
Like, when I have my own house, NTR and cuck is banned. Everything else is fine.
Can't have
You
cuck
break
porn.
into your son's room. Hey, you watching cuckolding in here?
I thought I raised my son better than this.
Let me show you some
I'd
real
be
good
disappointed if
pornography.
I'd be disappointed if I go into my son's room and he's not been using a VPN. That's the.
You're just Kurt Eichenwalding, man.
If I can tell what porn he's been watching, he's doing a bad job of his internet security.
Just wanted to show my son some good pornography.
Let me introduce you to Monster Girl Quest, son.
Let me show you Trials in Tainted Space, daughter.
Honestly, by the time I'd be knocking out children old enough to be wanting to watch porn, it would all be like VR anyway. I'm not even sure you'd have an external device for viewing it on. It'd be like a fucking ocular
you'd have
implant.
an external device that fucking sucks your dick.
I mean, maybe by this point we've gone down that slightly anime route of having a personal companion robot that does lots of things, sex being one of.
But if I had
Stop
a personal
watching
companion
porn. I'm
robot,
trying to
I mean,
watch The
it'd be
Office.
cheaper than having a real girlfriend.
If you
That'd be
had
weird.
like a companion robot, I think we should at least have one that I would only get one that can change its like shape and facial features for a bit of variation from time to time.
It's not impossible.
But I don't think a robot could replace the companionship of a real woman. It would really just be.
I think so long as you know it's not a real person, it wouldn't hit the right. Because I think I'm not sure this is. I mean, everything is a topic for Fast Food Thursday, but like, it's one of those things where I feel like part of what makes relationships special is the experience of validation from the other person that you receive, which you wouldn't get from a machine that's programmed to behave that way, regardless of whether or not it appreciates you. Right? Like,
yeah, I think like some people could pretend to like it could ignore that, but I think a lot of people.
I couldn't.
I
It's a
think there's
huge part of
gonna
my
be-
relationship at the moment. So
I really have high hopes that sex robots will decrease a lot of sex crime. Because, I mean, even if you have like really fucked up sexual fantasies, right? Like really dark shit, like I want to kill a bitch, right? You can't do that to a prostitute. I mean,
wanna
people
murder
do
some
that
hookers
to
in a
prostitutes,
truck
and
stop,
then they
yeah.
get arrested as serial killers. But you could do that to a sex robot because it's a sex robot. And the sex robot would do anything that you want with it. And I think a lot of marriages can be saved, because, you're 40 years married, you've been fucking the same pussy for like, you can't take it anymore. You love your wife, you really do, and you find her attractive. But fuck, you need some different pussy. And so you don't go to a prostitute, you go to like an actual lifeless object. You don't have to objectify any women, you just fuck a machine. And, your wife is cool with that because it didn't actually betray her.
It's interesting the pushback to a lot of, the general state of male sex toys as a general category, given how comfortable we are now with things like dildos and vibrators, right? Like,
Allow me to introduce you to the new and improved Auto Blow 2 Plus XT, my friend.
What the fuck is this?
It's well,
What?
it's an awesome.
he posted it.
Male.
I'm so glad
Ejaculative
I can click things like this because I have a VPN.
No, it's surf. Like what? What do you think this is? Fucking deep web shit? You type this in. It's sold on fucking Amazon.
Look
dude.
great. My government has arrested people for less.
That's probably true. Yeah, I have I saw this thing on fucking whatchamacallit, 4chan, where there's this post by this guy who had this really. It's like supposed to be like a male masturbation device that is produced in Germany, like an artisanal, like an artisan type person, and it looks like some kind of statue to an eldritch deity. And I saw it, and I had no idea how I would even put that around my penis, or if that even goes in the vicinity of my penis.
It's you see.
But
An eldritch god? What? What did this thing look like?
That guy has been using that for like a year, and now every time he uses, he comes so hard that he vomits, and it's been very unhealthy for him.
I wasn't sure that was a thing.
I want to know what this thing looks like now.
I
don't remember. I don't remember the link either. I don't remember, like, maybe, like, powerful male if I put powerful male masturbation device into Google now, it's probably not. Let's make sure that this is not broadcasting on stream. Powerful... Oh, that's not even typing. Powerful male masturbation...
I'm expecting it to come up with some, like, high-ranking politician.
Device, Okay, a powerful male masturbation device actually is like it's Mitt Romney. There is
I fucking knew it.
There's like the first image is a guy on one of those jetpacks that you put on your foot where water goes through it. The next picture is just dudes drinking. Then this is like proper. Not the one that I'm looking for. Let's put 4chan. 4chan. There it is. Can I get just a picture of this? I'll just put the post in. Yeah, she's not naked. This is okay. Put this in fucking chat, dude. This thing. It's like, what the fuck even is that?
Wait.
That doesn't even look like it's designed for a human.
Yeah.
Listen, I think I understand its construction. Let me explain. So you see the top there, the neck, how it's open.
Yeah.
So this is going from prior knowledge, where a man sticks his dick in glass bottles, gets hard, and then it's like a cock ring that makes him come harder. So what I'm thinking this guy is doing is he's sticking his genitalia in the neck there, getting hard by tickling himself at the end, and then as his penis expands, it gets stuck, and then he comes, and then his penis deflates.
How much would his penis have to expand? Like, there's a significant difference in volume between the neck section and, like, the shaft section.
It's also a different angle, which makes me wonder what the fuck is going on.
Listen, man, this is all I got. Like,
and then
I'm trying to make heads and tails of this fucking thing, and
we have top scientists working on this, and nobody can figure out what the fuck is going on.
So I don't know if the top bit is wide enough for an engorged dong, then the bottom part is just like a sausage in a fucking hallway, right? So I have to assume that the bottom part is for your ween, and the top part is some sort of. I don't know.
Oh, wait. There's nothing to know, like, the scale of this device.
No, there isn't.
Like, he doesn't have his thumb next to it or anything, so there's really no way to tell.
Yeah, that's... How do you know he doesn't just have a huge thumb? What the fuck is this?
This is the inside of a sex doll. Or the expensive one.
I mean, that works, I guess.
Is
that the soft jointed or hard jointed ones?
I think it's the hard joints.
Okay.
Hard joint. Hello, War Daddy, and hello, Merc. Welcome. Yeah. So this
What
started
kind of-
off good. We were talking about fucking weird sex toys.
What kind of milk
This
do you have to
can,
drink
can only go downhill from here.
to get
Look, right.
steel bones?
I'm trying to pull open Photoshop and create some funny burger merch.
There's like this novelty, but like the novelty merch stuff, I'll have to save up for when I have like a couple million subscribers.
Oh,
He'll wait until he has 500,000 subscribers, and then he'll repost the Carl Thulu video, and they'll all leave.
So I'm gonna drink some Glühwein now. Some of you may know this stuff, Glühwein or Glögg, as the Scandinavians call
Grog.
it.
You're a pirate now.
No, that's grog, motherfucker. This is like spiced wine. This is not the classic one that I'm drinking right now. This is I think it's apple wine with. Is it apple wine or is it white wine? It's. It doesn't say what it is.
Can we announce to the brewers of the world that we as millennials want mead back in most parts?
Oh, you can buy mead here easily, man. We have artisanal
I
mead
can't
breweries.
find it in the UK that much.
Because the UK is British or something.
The fun police, literally.
No, this is okay. Okay, this is.
That was a very German syllable that just came out of you there.
Yeah,
Fuck.
reading this. Well, apparently it's apple wine, but it's spiced with cinnamon, and usually it's just normal wine with a lot of like Christmas spices, and we drink it hot. It's pretty good.
Oh,
man.
you're getting into the Christmas spirit, I see.
It's like mulled wine basically, but it's
Yes.
also it's very good.
In November.
Yeah.
I've been. This is like Christmas season type stuff. You can buy this in August because Christmas season starts in August.
I've noticed this since working in. Well, I guess lots of people have noticed the steady, call it, receding date for which Christmas starts because
here in
people only
Canada,
buy Christmas gifts once, which means retailers. The earlier you get your stuff out, the more likely it is people are going to buy your thing rather than somebody else's, which means that Christmas just seems to recede throughout the year until there will be a point. There will come a point in the not so distant future where there is not a point in the year where Christmas stuff is not being sold.
I mean, here. Sorry. I mean, here in Canada, like, yeah, Christmas shit pretty much starts as soon as Halloween is over. Like, the day after, it's just, you start to see fucking Christmas bullshit. Like,
Mate, they
sprouting
had
up everywhere.
Christmas trees up in Walmart before October 31st. Zero respect.
You're only going to buy it once in a year, then it makes lots of sense to have it out earlier than your competition, which means it's just receding date of Christmas stuff seems to keep.
Eventually, it'll just be out all year.
That's what I'm saying.
long
Yeah,
is it,
it should
Warrior?
not be a point.
Christmas
I remember-
season.
Oh boy.
I remember when I worked at Canadian Tire, which I hated. I was in the warehouse, and yeah, like in September, we started getting like fuckloads of Christmas trees. We just started storing in the back. There were so many fucking Christmas trees. We had to like it flooded the warehouse, and we had to like find space to put them in like the fucking like back hallways in like the ass end of the warehouse because there was just so fucking many of them at the end of September.
Holy shit,
Oof.
Salty! I'm only now seeing that your profile pic's actually a bull. I just thought it was like a set of ovaries.
Yeah.
No, it's
From a distance.
just a silhouette of some ovaries. No, it's because I'm unimaginative as fuck, and I'm a Taurus. So, like,
Wow.
Christmas
is big
season
gay.
starts the 26th of December.
can we talk about big gay?
Let's talk about Big Straight instead.
Yeah.
How about Big Straight?
I'm
man?
I'm sick of all the
It's a
lobbying
fucking
efforts from
conspiracy.
Big Straight.
I watched it. Today I did something terrible. I didn't work today. That's like my second work-free
Good lord.
work-free day in a
How
whole
do you
month,
do it,
and I
Burger?
feel like I'm
Why do
getting
you
lazy.
torture yourself so?
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, no, but it's horrible because like literally it's my first. It's my second day off in like a month, and I feel like I'm getting lazy, even though I'm in the middle of NaNoWriMo. But something just sort of failed to click today. I'm gonna have to do triple the work tomorrow or something. What's better, a live tree or a fake tree? Like for Christmas tree? I mean, if you have a Christmas tree, the tree hopefully is gonna be dead. Unless it's outside, in which case, I don't know. Really don't. I don't
People do
celebrate
outside Christmas trees.
Like my Christmas celebration has, on account of me not really having much of a family, generally resorted to doing drugs for 2 days.
I mean, there are worse strategies.
Oh, it's great. It's like I don't have to worry about anything. Nobody wants anything from me. It's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Just
And
build
like
your
now
house.
I'll fucking on the 24th I'll do Christmas with my girlfriend and friends, and then I'll get fucking fucked up for the following 2 days.
Just build your house around the fucking
This is good.
pine
I'm
tree,
just.
like a
That's what he was doing in Photoshop. Okay.
My voice is my voice still quiet? I'm sure I probably. Oh yeah, I might have to
No.
turn this up.
Not particular.
I think he's talking about the stream. Is this fucking microphone has been not being consistent, or maybe Discord is not picking up the correct microphone.
Oh.
It is actually.
I think it's just too many people talking.
Oh hey Xander, you still sound a bit underwater.
Still on my phone. I'm waiting for my computer.
Okay, now I can hear you properly. Yeah, how you been, man? You haven't been really active for a while here.
Yeah, just
Yes?
going through some shit.
Ah, that's not nice. Where's the? How do I increase the mic volume? But because it is on maximum in OBS, I'm gonna have to just put this in my face so I give it a constant blow job. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Oof.
So it wouldn't even be in OBS because apparently it's in comparison to us that you're low, which means
Yeah, it's in the stream. I think it's just bad shit. It's not very well organized. Did you? I have a thing for everyone who's fat, right?
wonderful.
Because I
I'm
talked
listening.
with you guys about this in VIP chat. I have this thing now. This is an exercise bike, and I bought this for like $150 because I really thought that I needed one. Here's the thing about me. I've never in my life been overweight, but ever since I was like when I was 14 years old, I started doing crunches, right? I started doing like sit-ups because I thought like I had this. You could see my ribs, and then below that was just this cavity, and that was where my stomach, where my belly was supposed to be. And I thought, holy shit, if I just do fucking sit-ups and shit and crunches and all that, I'll be ripped. And I did that for like a year, and then I had a belly. It's I had arms like asparagus, right? I was in
asparagus.
frame very similar to like a gazelle, okay? But I had a fucking belly. I was underweight. I had a fucking belly. That's the only place in my body where fat is stored at all. It just goes straight to the fucking belly. It's really bad.
Burger is skinny fat confirmed.
Yeah, and this has been a problem because I don't have a very active lifestyle on account of me sitting in my computer all day and writing and scripting and researching and editing and fucking whatnot. So I got this exercise bike. And now I just, because I can't do one thing at the same time, I don't like working out because I feel like I'm wasting time. I could be learning stuff during this time. I could be, I could be reading, whatever. And now I only work out for strength training. But I can just line up a bunch of YouTube videos that I normally wouldn't be watching and just get on the exercise bike and, like, ride for an hour or two. Like 30, 40 kilometers. And it's amazing. I fucking love doing it. Since I got this thing, I haven't missed a day. I love this thing. I'll have to put it away before I go to sleep today. But holy shit. And it's like I can actually, I noticed that I have lost maybe half my belly in like less than a fucking week. This thing is magical.
A lot of people
Made a
do
mistake.
like about exercise bikes.
Yeah, because it's not very good to just spend like the whole day sitting on your ass, like, and like never get up to take a break or walk around, or like I know I draw a lot, well, when I can at least, because I work full time. But when I spend like a day like working on drawings, I find that if I don't like take at least like every hour, or maybe not every hour, like every couple hours, I just take like 30 minutes to get out of my house and walk around. Otherwise I just go fucking stir crazy. I can't sit down for too long.
I'm feeling I think I need to do some cardio related stuff, because I like consistently find that I'm too tired to play video games when I come home from work, and it's really bugging.
What do you do for work, man? Do you fucking lift?
I don't even do anything. I don't even do anything particularly strenuous. I sell mobile phones. So
I mean, it might be strenuous on your mind. That's like, sometimes I'll be like, my body will be spent because I did all day. I did like menial work, but my mind will still be super active. Or like the other way around, like my mind will be ultra tired, but my body will be like, hey, let's fucking run a marathon, cocksucker. Yeah.
That's when you masturbate.
look, right, he has a wham in to sling one in. That's how that works.
That's gay.
Women are gay.
I mean, they literally like men. Come on, that's pretty gay.
If you think about it, a clitoris is just like a penis. That's pretty gay.
Okay, here's the way I look at it. My girlfriend likes my dick. Liking dick, super gay. All right?
Yo, but what if you say no homo?
High five after and keep
What
your
if the
socks
balls
on,
don't
you're
touch?
good.
Yo, what if the balls do touch, but you say no homo right after, like not even a second afterwards?
You say no homo before.
Just use a dental dam.
Preemptively say no homo. You don't.
So what
have
you
to
do is
account.
you produce a contract that is, I blank do henceforth agree to no homo for the preceding for the following 2 hours.
No, you can't. You've gotta. You can't just like make a contract. You have to, like, if anything gay happens, you have to immediately say no homo. If you don't say no homo, it's gay.
Right. Well, you see,
like okay.
this is thanks to the lobbying efforts of Big Gay, and I don't believe.
I don't remember any of y'all saying no homo before this conversation.
What's that?
Said I don't remember any of y'all saying no homo before this conversation.
I said no homo preemptively before the stream started.
Everyone gay, everyone big gay. Ooh, this is now big gay stream, boys.
Oh no, the Big Gay have got to him. What did they have on you, Burger?
Here's a question I have, right? I was always told that if you fuck a man in the ass, you're not gay, but they're the gay one, because only the one who gets fucked is gay. But that doesn't make any sense, because you might get raped, and then the guy who fucks you in the ass, he wants to fuck other men in the ass, but you may not necessarily want to be fucked in the ass by other men.
That's a plot
as
to
long
a
as you
Guillermo
say
del
no
Toro
homo,
movie.
it's not gay.
So really,
What
the one
doesn't
who
matter
does
the
the fucking
context.
is the gay.
No, like, okay, if they didn't say no homo, then yeah, it's gay, but like, if they said no homo beforehand, then you have to say it like, you can't say it after the fact. You have to say it before the act, and then it's not gay.
But you guys have phones, don't you?
No.
This
I'm not playing your shitty mobile game.
This YouTube comment
Oh no!
where the guy says,
Uh,
"Fucking."
You know what's
Guy-
funny? They actually did make an April Fool's joke about that, like a couple years back. They made an April Fool's Diablo mobile game.
Did they?
It was just Flappy
it was an
Bird.
actual April Fool's joke, and now it actually happened.
There was this whole thing about this YouTube comment like, "You guys not like anal? Do you not have asses?"
That's what gave me my inspiration, but I forgot that quote, so I went with just the.
Fucking that whole that is one of the best things that I've ever seen in my life. Where it's
Just
how
red
do you...
shirted hero comes up and is like, "Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?"
No, but how does something
Blizzard
like
and,
that
and
even
people
happen?
in red shirts coming up and like telling Blizzard to fuck off.
The red shirts are
The
anti-Blizzard.
How
red
does
shirts
this
are the
even
only ones
happen?
keeping Blizzard in line.
How does that even happen? How does anyone get so disconnected from just reality that
I have to assume they knew in advance, and they knew they were being sent out to die, right?
I've
Well,
got
well,
a
the-
one-word answer. Leftism.
Well, the
Blizzard
Well,
Activision.
the mobile game is primarily going to be for people in the Chinese market because
because the developer is Chinese.
yeah, and also like Diablo 3 did pretty terribly in the West, right? But Diablo 3 is still doing pretty well in China and is making a lot of money, and people are still playing the hell out of it in China.
That's why
So-
they still make Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or at least they did.
So
That's
it's not
fine.
even Diablo Immortal isn't even for Western audiences, but they still showed it. They still
China
advertise
ruins
it.
everything, to be honest. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
they don't.
like a big reason why the film industry is becoming so dumbed down is because they're always is one of the reasons is they all try to cater to the Chinese audience, and the
Oh, so you're saying Chinese
don't.
people are dumb? Racist?
They're all insect people.
It's like you can't have brainy films in China because the government doesn't allow it.
Well, not only that, the film there has to make sense in two different cultural contexts, which means it has to be like basic as fuck.
Yeah,
There's
that's
gotta be
yeah, that too.
Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon, there's fucking explosions and robots flying everywhere, and there's subtitles, but nobody reads the subtitles because nobody cares. It's just fucking robots fucking blowing shit up, and it's fun. And that's it. That's
Don't
your
forget about
$200 million movie.
Don't forget about the overt anti-black racism.
The fuck is this?
Looks like a large pine cone.
Why would
It's
you
asparagus
post
in the
this?
Vatican.
Wait, this is familiar.
It's
I've
big
seen this before.
Fucking Anfash posted it earlier. It's big asparagus in the Vatican.
Oh.
I've seen this guy before. Who is this guy?
Who is what guy?
The fucking
Anything's a-
degenerates guy.
That's literally Walking Warrior. He posted that, and it's him.
Oh, yeah, that's what I reckon.
This is-
This is
Kinda
the
reminds me
worst
of Leafy.
meme I've ever seen. This is like not even boomers can be this bad.
Chicken. Okay, you need to take a minion. You gotta give him some asparagus in his hands, and you gotta print like the FDA on him, and then you gotta have like Ben Garrison's face down in the bottom right hand corner, and be like, GMOs are killing us, and then the minion's like, no, big asparagus will save us all.
And the minion also needs to have a sign that says minion on it in case you don't know that it's a minion.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, minion has to be printed in bold letters across it.
Well, that's
Just
gonna
so-
take a little while. I do have a stopgap for you guys first, though.
It's sad that like the only decent Ben Garrison cartoon, the idea for it essentially came from Sargon of Akkad. That's the only one that is remotely good, and even that one, as far as like cartoons go, it's not very high quality.
Remember the Ben Garrett? Somebody can probably find it. I don't want to search for it because I don't want to get put on like a watch list. But there's a Ben Garrison cartoon where like some political figure is taking like wooden stakes and ramming them into like a vampire or a coffin or some shit with a Star of David on it.
What?
Like what? Ooh!
Oh my god!
That's a spicy one.
It's fucking
Jesus
dark.
Christ.
What the fuck?
I gotta find it now. It's my responsibility. I brought it up.
Fucking anti-Semites are funny. Ah! No, but they generally are. They're fucking insane.
I'm just looking at Ben Garrison cartoons and I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at.
It's like he's so bad.
What is?
Everything has to be labeled. It's like obvious things.
I found it. I found something. Not the same one, but it certainly is just as spicy. Ooh. I hope you're ready to get put on to the BKA is gonna come after you for this one burger. Just warning you.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's pretty mild. That's just me.
Where the fuck? Hold on, I don't know where my download directory is.
How tall art thou, Boyger? I am. Well, the last time I was measured, I was like 180 centimeters, but I was like
From the
80.
ground. Oh,
You shouldn't be answering questions from the
Oh, it's on
leads.
desktop.
you just float.
Chat doesn't matter.
Yeah, chat fuck
lives
off.
matter.
I'm not
Unless they
answering
pay
chat
money.
questions anymore. I am answering chat questions. It's like when I was 18, I was 180 centimeters.
From the ground.
I 100% got taller after that. I'm like probably like my girlfriend estimates like 185. I'm saying like 182 is more likely, but really, who gives a shit? I'm tall. I'm a tall guy. But up here in northern Germany, I am below average height because they're all fucking Vikings. Like, even the women, I have to look up to them. It's insane how tall everyone is here.
What's the average height in Germany?
Well, in Germany, it's like the same as in the rest of the world, of like Europe. But like northern Germany is just too tall, man.
All right, here it is.
What the fuck? Terrorism Zionist stuff with like the 2 stars of David on each eye.
He's got a
What the fuck? What is he trying to say with this?
Wait, okay,
is that
let's
supposed to be-
unpack.
It looks like you inside of the hat.
It does kind of look like me.
Okay, so let's unpack this from left to right.
The left one is number 2,
He's
then
stepping
comes
on
number
me.
1, and then comes number 3.
No. Left to right, not numbers. He doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? The Pentagon, which is also the UN somehow, has a Star of David with a swastika on the inside.
Europe's children.
And it's like
against
so
a black
poorly
guy.
pasted onto that glow. It's just a ball that says Europe's children and like a black man with a knife. But why?
No, it's actually a Polish man.
What does that even mean?
Listen, they've left the desolate mines of Poland for a better life, only to get shat on by Ben Garrison because he thinks they're black.
That is an improvement for both of those symbols.
What the fuck? And it's America making money off the world's wars, not Israel, not the fucking Jew. What the fuck are you talking about, Benjamin?
And he's
Holy
stepping on the
shit.
economy too.
I love how he puts QE1, QE2, QE3, and then etc. when there's only one more quarter. Why not just put QE4?
What does that mean, QE?
Quarter.
Like the financial quarter, like the quarter of the year.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? And printing press must stay on. Yeah, they make money. They print. The Federal Reserve prints money, so when your money breaks, you can get money that isn't broken. You dumb cunt.
Not just that, but they burn money too.
Yeah, they're like broken money.
Ooh, I found another one.
Then you have this. Whoever it should be labeled who that woman is. Now she's only big sis.
I think it's Angela Merkel. Or Theresa May.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's like shit. Why does she have a blue glove? What the fuck? Why does she want shekels from the Goyim?
Okay.
I do not understand anything
Maybe
about this.
You don't
the blue
understand.
glove.
Okay, I think
Maybe
it's
the blue
Theresa
glove
May.
is like the TSA glove.
I think
You
it's
don't
Theresa May because of the
understand.
surveillance camera on her head.
The depth of Ben Garrison's symbolism here. So I'm gonna have to explain it to you because you're obviously just a dumb libtard.
Only
Oh.
real Sam Hyde fans
Oh,
have a high enough
enlighten me.
IQ.
Listen, okay. Sorry.
Sam Hyde did 9/11.
Oof.
Okay, so the blue glove represents this female who is either she's some sort of dumb Eurofag, you know, and the blue glove represents those turkeys you used to make in middle school for Thanksgiving by blowing up a glove and painting it brown.
I've never done that in my entire life.
I guess we were just too poor gloves.
But anyway, it's also known as the sort of glove that you use at a doctor's office when you tell somebody to turn their head and cough, which is obviously
Jews are doctors.
it's big pharma trying to keep you down by forcing you to turn your head and cough. They're not checking
Introduce
your
a
balls
whole
for
new element to this.
Damn it, he fuck you, hospitalia. Whatever your name is, you fucking posted that before I could get to it. You're too quick on the draw, bucko.
Yo, I'm looking at Ben Garrison cartoons too.
Yeah.
You'll get on that.
Benghazi.
All right, let's move on to the new one. Because there's a lot to unpack with this one as
That's
well.
just the fucking Jew face is just cheaply photoshopped onto this.
I love it.
That's what makes it so great. Oh.
You can actually see better Photoshop jobs on poll. Like you just go on poll and the first threads you'll be shown are have better shit in them.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Okay. Twee, because, it's a locomotive. You think if they're Jewish, they'd have, like, electric trains and not trains with ovens in them, because that's a little insensitive. Fucking Federal Reserve cronyism and IRS tax.
Well, maybe it's because coal power is just cheaper than electricity.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that Ben Garrison is apparently against political correctness, but this is the bullish big the big Jewish bull S 2 stars T train.
You can't fucking swear. There was this ad that Ted Cruz ran against Beto O'Rourke, where it's like, Beto O'Rourke swears, and it's like, what? And he won still. So apparently Texas won money for that. I suppose.
So, here's my problem with Beto O'Rourke, that fucking stupid fuck. So, I was fine because I don't listen to a lot of political ads. Until I was on Pandora one day and an ad for his campaign came up and basically said it was this young woman, of course it is, talking about how your vote is secret, but whether you vote or not is a matter of public record that you and your neighbors can look up. So basically, putting out there that if you don't vote, that your neighbors will know, and then you'll be the one that they, shame for not voting. And then on the other side, it's saying, hey, people that we know are going to vote for us, go take a look at those records and then shame the people that didn't vote. And then at the end of it, he says it's up to us, or this time it's up to us. Motherfucker, it's an election. It's always up to us, you dumb motherfucker.
That's pretty fucked up, though. I mean, I can get shaming people for not voting a bit. Like, if someone tells me, oh, I didn't vote, and he's been complaining about politics for the last 3 hours, I'll smack him in the face. But, like, looking up if your neighbors voted, like the fucking Stasi? What the fuck?
Oh, I love that one.
This one's a fucking classic, dude.
What?
So
what you don't see is the libertarian dick hanging between his legs.
because it's so small.
Oof.
Yes. Okay, here's another thing. The libertarian candidate in Texas that was running for the Senate got a whole whopping, maybe I think it was 65,000 votes. But the libertarian candidate for governor of Texas got 169, and then the libertarian candidate for comptroller of Texas got 279,000 votes. Why the fuck was Dykeman running for Senate when this other person was obviously more well known than he was?
Do you have
what was I supposed to put in the
Isn't
meme?
that like a British thing?
Yes, we
No, we
have
have them.
comptrollers.
Like, I only know comptrollers in the comptroller of the royal household. Is it like a Texas thing, or do all states have that?
All states have them.
Holy shit.
I don't even know their function. When I don't know the function of somebody in government, I just don't put a dot in the circle. What are the polling machines like down in fucking Texas, Xander?
Electronic. Very
What-
nice, actually.
What
Easy
kind of
to use. It's got a number keypad for you to put in your the generated number for your secret voting ID or whatever the fuck. And it's got the little radial dial that you spin, and then you just hit a select button on each little panel, and then at the end you hit the little red button that says cast ballot. Now, if you hit that little red button before you fill out everything, I think it's supposed to warn you that you didn't fill out everything and give you an option to confirm, so you don't technically have to vote for certain people. Like if you want to abstain from a vote, I think you can.
Yeah.
But they're super simple to use.
Well, here, I don't know if it's all of New York or just my county, but we have bubble sheets that we fill out in the town centers with little tiny blockades that don't really hide who you're voting for at all. And the entire center was filled to the brim with old people, and the machines, you have to walk over and jam your slip in like it's the fucking 1800s.
No, we got rid of that shit. These nice little booths that got the little panels up, so you walk in there, so somebody would have to obviously be standing behind you, looking over your shoulder to see.
How
And
do
because
you-
of
How do you
the
accomplish...
angles of the screens,
How does America accomplish having crowded voting places? I don't understand that. Like, even in the biggest cities in Germany, there's never, a lot of congestion. You show them your ID, they cross off your name as this person has voted, they hand you your slip, you go into a booth, you make your cross, you fold it up, you go over there, throw it in, and then they give you, a piece of cake or something. Fuck it. How, and that, maybe It can take you up to half an hour. Like, that's the absolute most that it can take you to vote. Most of the time, it's just 5 minutes. You go in, you go out. Maybe you have to wait for, like, the old grandma who needs a bit of time to get out of the booth, but that's all. How the fuck does America manage to always have super crowded polling places?
Yeah, I should
A
also
lot of
note
people.
that my town only has like 700 people in it. The place can only hold at max like 20, 30 before it gets completely jam-packed. I don't even understand it really either, because like every year it seems like voting just kind of snuck up on them and they're like, holy shit, we got to find a place. It's the same venue every year. Well, every voting year, you know.
Is it a school?
No. It's a
Schools are made for this shit.
no. We don't do it in a school. We got to do it down. There's a park, and at the park there's a community building, like a community center, with a room that's like, I'd say like 30 feet by 150 feet, and they throw a bunch of booths up in there, plug them into the wall, and then try and get you through it.
I don't get not using existing infrastructure for doing this. Like, what?
It's efficient.
Like, we always go in schools. They always get, like, the local school. Have some volunteers there. Because schools are made for voting, right? Is you have a lot of rooms, you have a lot of space. It's made for, like, big traffic congestion. You can divvy it up by, like, surnames and shit. Or by specific streets that you live in. Not surnames, probably just specific streets that you live in. Never been in, like, a surname-based system. That's, I mean, but...
Only nobles can vote.
Like, electronic voting machines, I have a problem with those. Because, like, there's been a lot of times when they tried to audit them and to look into how they work, and they weren't allowed to do that. And that's just like a point. I don't trust anyone who comes at me and says, yeah, I can take care of this thing, essential element of your democracy. I'll take care of that. Just don't, you're not allowed to see how I do it. But don't worry, I'll take care of it. That's a bit spooky to me.
Too spooky. So, Hillary Clinton in this photo has an Ahegao face.
Ew.
Oh no.
It
regret
looks
this
like
now.
she has a cock in her hand, doesn't she?
She also has Illuminati symbols in her glasses.
No,
I want those
and
glasses.
that's just some of Ben Garrison's trademark symbolism, you know, really subtle. He's like, you know, the people who made Silent Hill 2, how the symbolism in that game is like really subtle and you got to kind of really think about it. He's basically them times 100.
It's true.
Frog says kick. It's so unnecessary. You don't have to put that there.
No, they won't understand otherwise.
Yeah,
All
we
right, I
can't
forgot
just use
everything that you said to put in.
You can't just have people, you know, make visual symbolism. No, we have to have we have to label everything so that you understand what it all means.
That's not Hillary Clinton. Hello.
Oof.
I forgot what to put in it, so I just did it.
What's going on here?
What?
Is that even Ted Cruz?
That's Ben Garrison.
It's like the English pepper in the eyeball. What the fuck? Benghazi, and it's just a fucking face of Karl Marx.
And notice that's Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, I mean, he is...
So,
one of the best
Joaquin, do you
rappers.
have just a Hagar folder you can share with the chat, please? The for science.
Please don't post any nudes in the chat. I am live streaming the chat.
You may post lewds, but not nudes.
Also, please don't post lewds.
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
But we already posted your face burger, and you know that just has an effect on people.
Oof.
Okay, so we got a spam text, so that's out of there because this is a Christian server. Can't be showing any faces like that.
What
No,
the fuck? What the fuck even is a hair girl?
It's that facial expression.
It's
So it's just women
You
with
go
like
ahead.
a facial expression. It's like women who act like dogs.
no, it's women who try to do the anime faces.
I want. Yeah,
It's a nut face.
it's designed to look like a really intense orgasm face.
That just looks like someone just shot her in the head. No, that literally is what it looks like when someone shoots you in the head.
I mean, it's not a very good Ahego face, though, so
Did
I
somebody
think she
say
should
gore?
try a little harder next time.
I mean, there's not enough blood getting trapped in the white of her eyes for that, but I understand what you're trying to say, Burger.
You saw that video too, huh?
Yeah. I've, you know,
Science, man. What the fuck
yeah,
is
it's
this?
for science.
Gore posting.
I'm totally cereal, guys.
Real outdoor
What is
hours
this?
who up.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh shit!
Oh.
It's Tariq!
Anti-moist.
Fucking Barack Obama follows Tariq on Twitter.
Oh.
Ew.
Ooh.
Oh.
Moist.
Okay, this is now entering lewd's territory. Also, she still looks like someone just shot her in the head. I'm sorry.
When my
Those
There's a
glasses
book
aren't
that I
even
had
real.
to read for my A-level English literature class that described an orgasm as like getting a bullet in the in your spine. So
What the
That sounds
hell?
very unpleasant.
yeah, why would they do that?
I don't know.
Is that the fucking?
Man, dude?
He's back.
I love
no.
Moon Man memes so much because, like, nothing about Moon Man was racist until at some point just somebody did, like, a super racist song, and now this completely innocuous character is just an unapologetic, extreme fucking racist.
That's
I
the
have
magic
all of
she
the
uses.
music ever made for Moon Man. I enjoy it a lot.
Confirmed
delete
racist,
that message.
neo-illusionist.
Oof.
But
Also,
Oh,
I
God.
would like to remind people, because you have all been texting me on Discord, I will not leave this particular chat room on Discord. I will not read anyone's personal messages. I will not read messages in general. I will only read things in the studio thing for security reasons, because I really, it's too risky.
what was it?
I
Yeah.
cry.
It's 7 genders. That is that was always the biggest cunt, I feel like, in all the social justice videos and shit. She was the worst.
Walking, please.
She just kind of snuck around and
All right.
Like,
We've
look
unleashed
at the
Pandora's
smugness
box.
of her face.
Did you just assume their gender?
yes.
All right, the redhead
Zia.
looks like it's actually a sex doll. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh God!
I like
Yeah,
how
she
Walking
does
Warrior
not
just
look
has like a
really
collection of just
The redhead looks like one of my ex-girlfriend's moms.
And now you have
How
the most
young
confused
was
boner.
your ex-girlfriend, my dude?
Did you smash?
Well, we dated when I was 15.
I
So
don't
her
rescind my
mom
question.
was her mom was 32, I think. So she was a fairly young woman at the time. Still in her prime. Is that
God, I wish that were me.
God?
What is this?
You've
Why
seen me.
would you make this? This is Caillou, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it true that I've never seen the show. Is it true that the premise is that he's dying of cancer?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
that was just me.
that's the
It's a
unofficial
theory.
version.
Gamers rise up.
Is that kind of the Rugrats Angelica theory?
Yep. That
Little
all of
bit,
the
yeah.
other babies are dead.
Rise up,
Okay.
gamers.
Have you noticed that Gamergate is more like I'm not
Oh,
sure
shit, wrong
which
picture.
side brought it back, but one
Wrong
of them
one.
like just desperate and clawing for relevancy.
Wait,
So they're like,
wait.
Gamergate has made it reared its head again, apparently.
Oh,
I've seen this thing.
Why?
You remember how fucking what's his name?
There it is.
You remember? Wow, fucking the big fella, the game reviewer. I watch him all the time. Jim Sterling.
Yes.
He was like super anti-Gamergate, right? Like extremely anti-gay. He left the fucking Escapist because of Gamergate, right? And I saw a video of him last week where he complained that the gaming press was just these corrupt pieces of shit who were essentially just the marketing departments of the fucking video game companies. I think he literally used the words ethics in journalism. Would you stop
makes you
posting pornography, my dude? And like, how do you reconcile? How do you go, oh no, fucking Gamergate's so evil, no debate about ethics in game journalism to be had, and then you still fucking rag on the gaming press for like the corrupt and unprofessional pieces of shit that they are.
Well, it's because Gamergate was about hating women. Gamers rise up. Gang week.
It's gamer time.
That I still don't get how they managed to pull that off and convince so many people that.
No, I can tell you how. It was because it's the press. Like, people trust, I mean, at least back then, like, generally the public trusts the press. And the press also trusts other press. So if the gaming press goes up to the big boy press, like the mainstream media, and goes, oh, this is what Gamergate is actually about, and it's all about hating the womans, and we have absolutely no ethics problems at all at all of these companies that we have here, and then the mainstream media is going to trust them more over the people that the well has already been poisoned over, because the mainstream, like the other media, the other types of press, don't have the resources to get into gaming, because that is what the gaming press does, right? And if the gaming press is already corrupt, then they can just convince everyone.
I kind of wonder where a lot of like major, I guess mainstream media, like major news outlets. I kind of wonder where they're heading in the next like 20 to 30 years, because a lot of like their main base are usually tend to be like kind of older to middle-aged folks, but like, you know, I think the majority of like younger generations usually don't pay much mind to them, or, you know, make fun of them, or like, I mean, maybe that's just because I spend a lot of time around people who hate mainstream news. But I wonder I've always kind of wondered what the future of like journalism and the news in general will look like in the next few decades.
When the boomers die, the money runs dry.
I think they'll adapt or die. I really hope that journalists, because that's the development that I can see happening, that journalistic ethics just dies completely on the internet. Because a lot of these like small outlets that like, oh, we're the alternative media, what they do is they just cater to a specific political base. And they need to do that because otherwise they wouldn't have enough money to maintain their operations. And because people who are farther out on the fringes of politics are more willing to give money to people, they'll be drawn to the fringes of politics. So you really, I mean, a lot of like mainstream, especially like print media, if you have fucking like news, like television is generally shit, but like even The Guardian, If you actually, if you don't just look at like Guardian articles reposted by fucking all well and good, there's a lot of actually good articles on the Guardian. Right, I mean that's so. Print media is generally better, but they are sort of they'll need to adapt.
Yeah,
some
because I feel like their perception with a lot of like younger audiences is not very good at the moment.
There is
for-
there is a desire for like good objective media that actually objectively tells the objective truth. But there's also a lot of demand for just biased media that gives me what I want to hear, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the truth. I just want to hear something that confirms what I already believe and makes me feel like I'm right. I don't want to think about it too much. Essentially.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Like I see this all the time here on the Discord server. And I don't want to shit on anyone, but very often, like people in general chat will just say things, like about politics that are just untrue, and you know exactly where they come from. They're just things that aren't true. And I think I have more right-leaning people here on the Discord that say like right-leaning things that aren't true, but 100% left-leaning people also have those kinds of assumptions that just factually are incorrect, but they believe them because they heard them in the news, and nobody corrects them. And when you tell them, no, it's actually like this, it's like, oh no, I heard this in the news, and the news is not biased because it's Fox.
We're gonna be leaving now.
When has Fox News ever been biased? Come on.
There never are.
Fox News, more like Lynx News.
More like Cougar News, am I right, fellas?
Yeah, that if they still had Megyn Kelly, but you know.
No, I'm talking about that Tucker Carlson trying to get that fucking.
Oh yeah.
The BNN Boomer News Network.
Old man butt burger, you know what I'm saying? Somebody left because of that.
What is this, please, warrior? Explain yourself. Why? What is this supposed to be? And why do you look like a retarded androgynous Sherlock Holmes cosplayer?
Ooh.
These are the hard-hitting questions that we have to answer in 2018.
No, here's what's happening. Fucking the topics are running out of the chat for this conversation. The air is leaving very quickly, and I need to sort of shit on someone in order to keep this interesting.
Let's just read the YouTube chat. Whenever I'm on anyone else's streams or whatever, I just read the YouTube chat and see what's been said. Ooh.
Journalist ethics, how it has fallen. I only trust the Onion. That's good.
Same. It works.
Center minor left leaning. I only trust Papa Putan. This is why I don't read the chat.
Okay, so that just reminded me because I saw the word Nigeria. So you guys know about Miracle Mineral Solution?
No.
What?
This shit I've been going on a fucking deep dive. You should know. Jeff Holiday's made videos on it and shit.
I don't watch all Jeff Holiday. I have a lot of videos. I just have a lot of backlog. So every day I go on YouTube and I open a bunch of videos, and some of them just get stuck, and I watch them on the exercise bike now.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I unsubscribed from a lot of shit.
Anyway,
It's probably
Miracle
a good idea
Mineral
to do sometimes. Yeah, but do continue.
Miracle Mineral Solution is bleach. It's bleach. But it's a magic cure-all for every ailment. And the guy who invented this Miracle Mineral Solution was testing it on himself and on his patients, as real scientists do. And he injected some Miracle Mineral Solution into his arm, and because it's bleach, he said, holy shit, that burns. But then a woman came to him and she had Lyme disease. So the way he treated her Lyme disease was by jamming a needle full of like 2 to 3 times more of miracle solution in it into her arm, pressing down on it and waiting. Eventually, her face grew uncharacteristically old and then fell off. And then, in the book that he wrote promoting this, he said, "This is proof that miracle mineral solution works. This woman's face falling off, this is proof it works because that was where the Lyme disease was."
Oh my god.
I mean, arguably, when you're dead, you're no longer sick, so...
Yeah, I mean, death is the perfect cure for all ailments.
Well,
Particularly life.
this shit has been making me think a whole lot about, like, just people don't know how medicine works.
What is this thing called again? Miracle mineral...
Miracle mineral solution. It used to be called miracle mineral supplement, but they had to change it for legal reasons. But it's been making me think about how people don't know how medicine works. Like that Jillian chick who was giving people fucking...
I saw that actually when she was on Dr. Phil with Jeff Holiday. That was amazing.
It's like, that's not how diseases work. You don't know how diseases work. You've convinced yourself that you do somehow with no medical knowledge or research or anything of the sort. And you're actively detrimenting people. And then when people die or get hurt, you go, well, at least I wasn't Big Pharma.
I mean, the thing is, they just think they have knowledge. That's the problem. And there's like a lot of people don't understand what education even is and why you should have it. It's just...
Can relate.
I mean, that's what basically all of science used to be. Back when it was natural philosophy, it was just a bunch of Greeks sitting in a patio drinking wine and going, maybe this works like this. Yeah, probably it does work like this. Let's write that down. And then for centuries, that was treated as natural law. And this is the same basic process that people engage in now. They just, if I drink a bunch of salt water, I will probably be cured of all my ailments.
Magically.
Yes.
Haven't you heard that salt water cures AIDS?
Salt water?
I had 5 AIDS, and then I drank a lot of salt water.
Charge your iPhone by putting it in the microwave.
Now
Listen,
I have
exactly.
Salt water cured my autism. True story. I was autistic.
Nothing can cure that.
Then I drunk it, and now I'm not. Well, that's the thing too. Is they're like, if you use this, it will cure your child's autism. No, it fucking won't. That's not how autism works.
No, listen, to cure autism, all you have to do is you take like a vaccine, but it's empty, and it's like all the way like pressed out. So there's nothing, you stick it into like the arm of your child, and then you pull so it fills up with like vaccine stuff, with the autism that was injected by the vaccines. And then you have the vaccine, like you have the autism in your vaccine, you can just throw it away, and your child no longer has autism.
But then can you weaponize that
Genius.
autism by selling it
To Paul.
To ISIS.
to the ISIS, and they'll use it to make everyone in the Middle East have autism?
No,
And
because what'll happen is they'll get more autistic, they'll just become socially inept and depressed and stop being ISIS. They'll just go home. They'll realize that their struggle is pointless.
Their 2Ps says, good luck waiting weeks for fucking not even €2. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate your not even €2.
It's better than nothing. You
I
know?
mean, there is a huge black market, especially into the Middle East, for extra chromosomes. They just shoot them at American soldiers, and then they come back as like fucking people with Down syndrome. I mean, it happens all the time.
Happened to my great grandfather. You know, he was out there fighting those sand people. Came back with the tism.
Why do you think the Nazis killed or to put all the like people with Down syndrome in the concentration camp? They wanted their extra chromosomes so they could kill Americans with it.
Weaponizing extra chromosomes, a Nazi tactic.
Seems legit.
We gotta get Antifa on this. We gotta have them removing people's chromosomes.
They're all without
But
chromosomes.
then the U.S., when they defeated the Nazis, they took all the German scientists and all their knowledge about the chromosomes, and they put them into a big bomb, and they dropped it on Japan, and they gave everyone in Japan Down syndrome. Down
syndrome that was so crippling that it leveled whole cities and caused people within a 20-mile radius to go blind.
I mean, it's a powerful weapon, dude.
Down syndrome is the deadliest of weapons.
Why the fuck do you think Lord Chin wants all those chromosomes, man? He wants to replicate Nagasaki.
I played D&D, and one of my D&D characters literally has a spell that gives people Down syndrome. It's called Downsify. I cast it on people, and it gives them Down syndrome. I have given people in my party Down syndrome before, and they can't get rid of it unless I take it away from them.
Yesterday, I talked to a guy who had a character that had AIDS. And he got like a bunch of rusty nails and stabbed himself with him until he had like 1 HP, and then he was healed by the party cleric, and then he threw the rusty nails at people, so they got AIDS, and then they just got really slow poison damage, and that was his tactic.
I mean, that is what AIDS is, essentially. It's just you take damage over a long period of time to your HP.
Actually, your resistances dwindle. That's what AIDS does. Also, why has the rate of autism increased? It actually probably has not. We just recently started actually even knowing what autism is. And so now we know what autism is, and we can classify things that we used to just, he's just a bit weird, and that was that. Now we say this is autism.
Yeah, I guess autism is kind of a more recent discovery, isn't it? Because it's not even a lot
of like mental disorders. There's this whole fucking mental disorders are this new thing. And it's modern society that's doing this. Like, no, they've existed forever. And we have only now started to classify. That's like saying all these viruses didn't used to exist before we recorded them and their effects on people.
It was just bad air. It was just bad air, Burger. That's all it was. Until science came along and was like,
it was an imbalance of the humors. You just don't understand medicine.
You gotta balance your yellow bile and your black bile and your blood. You gotta let that shit out. Otherwise, your humors become unbalanced and you die. So you gotta go to the barber and you gotta let him drain your blood. Otherwise, you'll die. He has to drain it with a rusty needle.
With AIDS on it.
People back in 1815 knew science better than these liberal, stupid idiots. Trying to give us them GMOs, trying to give us them autisms and the vaccines. Like, who even gets polio? I'm glad one person laughed.
It is pretty terrifying that a lot of diseases are making a comeback. Like this, because this anti-vaxxing trend is something that is becoming more popular, and that's fucking not very good. Let's be honest.
I also have heard that I don't know much about this, but I've heard that about how because vaccines it's kind of like an arms race between preventing viruses from infecting you, like building your body's immune system up. But then the virus like evolving past that, or
like super
super
like
viruses,
antibiotics
yeah.
resistant pathogens, yeah. I mean, fuck. Maybe this is the other way around, but I'm like 99% sure that you don't fight viruses with antibiotics. You just fight bacteria with antibiotics. Yeah, I mean, they get resistant to it. That's why we have to. I mean, there are more antibiotics out there that we could discover. The problem is, it's just not very It's just not very. There's not a lot of money in it. It's not very. You won't make huge amounts of profit, so the pharma industry doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And so eventually people are just going to die in droves.
But once people start dying of the diseases that were preventable with those antibiotics, then they'll care.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky enough to get through that, you'll be golden.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Well, the way I've always looked at it is like the alternative that is presented instead of building up immunities through the use of antibiotics and vaccines is to just not vaccinate, which would kill more people. So
Yeah.
a super virus, it's like if we're going to have a super pandemic, it might as well have come at the end of us trying to do all we could.
Yeah, and maybe we find a way to, in the meantime, maybe we find a way to combat said super virus more efficiently. Something comes along.
We need to get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, shrink him down to a tiny size, and re-assault the rogue strains of RNA that give us diseases.
That's just stupid enough. It might work.
It's a very good idea. I'll get onto that.
Also, this Iron Maiden shirt is really dumb and also strangely specific.
Yeah, I mean, what is this with a mother or a woman who who listens to this specific
and
band?
was born in August.
Why?
Specifically.
Why is that? Why does this exist?
You've never been introduced to this?
No.
Okay, so basically, there is a company or group of companies that use an artificial intelligence to track what you say on Facebook. And then they give you targeted ads, which result in these wonderful shirts, brilliant shirts. Honestly, it must be financially viable because they keep fucking doing it. I just don't understand how it's fine. Like, I want to be the guy who believes that people ironically buy these shirts. But even when you're doing something ironically, you're still doing it.
You may not like it, but this is what peak capitalism looks like.
This is, guys, this is literally late stage capitalism.
Listen, we just need to do communism right, and it'll work this time, guys. We'll vote it in, and it will all work out because we'll elect somebody who knows how to do communism right, and then we'll live in a utopia, and it'll be great.
As long as he agrees with us.
Oh my god, nothing looks nearly as bad as Stalker official merch. Some of it. Like, some of that shit is unforgivable. Like, I love GSC Game World, but their fucking official merch for any Stalker game is just fucking trash. I'm gonna post it.
Yes,
I have never seen Stalker merch before. I didn't even know they had it.
Tits or GTFO, my dude?
What?
There.
Also one that I like some like fake boobs as merch, but they're my pectorals, which is super fucking hairy. I have like rings of hair that is especially dense around my nipples. I'm not even joking. But if I took those off, I just have like my nipples, and then there's just space around them that's extra white. So there's like the white stuff around your eye. It's not good. I'm a very hairy man.
I am too. So
Nobody
to-
needed to know this. I just wanted to say it. Post your fucking merch so we can get over this awkward
I'm
silence.
trying to. I had to take a bunch of them, and well, 2 of them.
Oh my
Here's
god,
the,
this
women's wear.
I'm on the Stalker
fuck.
shop
This is
site,
so
and it
fucking
looks
small,
terrible.
dude. Is it only child size? Is that the problem with it?
There's a lot more issues.
Is this Stalker merch for ants?
Ah! I got it. I'm sorry. This one scared me, so I have to.
All right, I'm moving to voice activation so you can get my real
All right.
thoughts.
Here it is.
Duh.
That's just
look at it.
shoes.
No,
What?
it's official Stalker merch. It's
Those
official.
are just regular shoes.
No,
I think it's
Nothing.
referring to the jumper.
nothing nothing makes me feel like I'm lost in the zone, desperate for food and shelter, like a giant pair of shoes.
A giant pair of what are they? High tops, right?
I mean, hey, when you're out there surviving in the wasteland, you're probably wearing shoes. So, like, I mean,
You got
It's
me beat.
I mean,
Yeah.
if this picture wasn't so absurdly tiny, I would say that the sweater that the first woman is wearing is kind of cool. The second one that the guy is wearing also I would probably put on, even if only for the memes. Those shoes are just shoes.
Why is it bright yellow? That's what I want to know.
also this website, the Stalker shop, is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's well made.
it's so it's so underwhelming. It's just a fucking white
you can-
background, and
You can really understand how the X-ray engine just how mystical the X-ray engine is just by how well coded the website is.
the more I look at this, the more I just want to fucking kill myself.
What the fuck? Is this from the official Stalker merch store?
No, no, I just wanted to post that.
What? What the fuck?
What convinced you that was a good idea?
Of course, it's Russian too.
It's like, why does Pikachu have a fucking briefcase and why is he crying?
What? What is the
Who
cat?
decided Ash Meowth was a good idea?
Yeah!
Female Ash Meowth. That's a-
Burger, does this count as porn though?
I'm not. I mean, you can sort of see the camel toe. Why?
No, what you
This is like something that exists in the real physical world. This isn't just some meme that somebody made. This is like a
Someone owns
booklet.
this
This exists.
somewhere on this planet.
this is I don't know whether it's proof that God is real or isn't, but it's one of the two.
It's one of those.
The science is not yet in, but
We're running the tests.
and
They're inconclusive.
the scientists just sort of shrug their shoulders and look at the camera,
yeah, we're not touching this.
and then they do crack.
Somebody was touching
I
this.
looked at it for longer.
Oh, something happened.
Ooh.
Detupi donated, just spreading some cancer. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Donated €8. That's pretty good. I swear by water and the FSM, I will buy water merch if you'll do some. Eventually, that will probably happen. Don't know if I can fap to this, but I'll certainly give it the good old college try. Okay. That's bad. And also,
I
that's a
think-
bad Is that from the Stalker store?
No. We've since moved on from the Stalker store. My favorite bootleg of all time has to be Harry Potter Obama.
What?
You don't know? God, you guys are such fucking plebeians. I swear to God, man. Harry Potter Obama. Don't look it up because I'll post it in chat for everyone to see. I'm sure most of the YouTube audience knows what this is. Okay. So here,
I hate that.
here
It's
is
the worst, isn't it?
Oh.
Harry Potter Obama.
Oh, I've
Whoa.
seen this. What the fuck is this? Also, why the fuck are you posting pictures that are like the size of my thumb?
Because I'm not accessing the max res default, so they just post it the standard resolution.
That is really lazy.
Oh,
Extremely
wow.
lazy.
Put some
But then
effort,
again,
man.
these images are also like probably not really worth it.
You're in an
This is-
internationally renowned intellectual podcast, man.
Oh, god damn it. I'm sorry. You can hit me with the Cat of Nine Tails if you want. You're the only person who laughed at that, and that genuinely hurt me.
I think the other people will maybe a little disconcerted
Oh,
about that notion.
must be a German thing.
Fucking Germans.
Or it just wasn't funny.
Maybe you're not funny.
Sick burn, dude. You've
Got
been debunked, my dude. You are
I can't
bunked no
believe-
more.
Oh,
Everything you
that makes
thought-
me mad. Actually, looking at that fucking mouse.
I mean, I have
What?
found myself in situations where I wish I had two mice. So I could go like with both hands and I could click on two things at the same time.
Double mouse power.
Are you autistic? Do
No,
you
but
have
no, look,
autism?
I mean, sometimes what you want to do is you want to play two songs, but you want them to start at the exact same time, and you have to like, you have to
be fast.
No,
you just gotta be
no,
quick.
no matter how fast you are, you can never start them at the same time. It's not physically possible to do that. But if you had two mice, you could just open two separate instances of Winamp, and boom, and you could play the two songs at the same time.
I don't like that.
It's because you're not autistic.
That makes me sad.
Macros.
Yeah, but that would require like knowledge of things, and I'm not a big fan of that.
I love that mouse though. I want that.
It's like, who fell for? Somebody must have fallen for that.
I know. I just want it like in the box so I can put it up on a shelf and look at it and laugh. I mean, look out for one. It's super old, so it came out like somebody had the bright idea of, hey,
Looks like
this
it was
new
from the
scrolling
90s.
mouse technology is the shit. Let's put two of them on there, and plenty of people will buy this because people are fucking retarded, and they probably did too.
Yeah.
You know, some kid went to school the next day and said, "Hey, I got this new mouse. It's got two scroll wheels. Now I can do it faster."
You only need to think for like 10 seconds to realize that this does not work.
No. First of all, you said it wrong, Xander. Since it was probably from the 90s or 2000s, you gotta be like, it's a radical two scroll wheel mouse. Well, it'll go double the speed.
Dude, the shit like that could still come out today. Like, honestly.
I was a teen in the 90s. The use of radical was not that prevalent.
I don't believe
I
that.
think you're lying to me.
That sounds incorrect.
It was used in the media.
Everything pop culture has told me through my whole life is that kids in the 90s wore baseball caps sideways, said radical, and skated on skateboards and did sick radical tricks. And like Tony Hawk.
Well,
and that was
2
the
out
90s.
of 4.
That was
2
also
out of
the
4.
start of the opioid epidemic.
Whoa! Radical!
Yep.
Nothing's more radical than some soothing heroin.
I mean, it gets you going in the morning.
No, it doesn't.
It does the opposite.
Oh, I'm thinking of cocaine, sorry.
Fill up
Yeah,
that crack pipe and light the match! Radical!
Cocaine is much
cool
better
kid.
for you.
I remember this one guy who I knew, and he was like, "You know what? You guys smoking weed, you guys all suck. You're a bunch of lazy pieces of shit, sitting on your asses, eating snacks. Okay, I do cocaine. I wake up every morning, get all my work done, and then I get my taxes done on time."
Fuck you, kids. You'll never be as cool as a guy who does cocaine. Whoa.
I mean, it gets your taxes done. I mean, I imagine it would get your taxes done pretty fast.
Going back
I don't need cocaine to get my taxes done. I have a mother-in-law for that.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Does everyone in the U.S. just have like that one parent or in-law parent who can just do their taxes for them?
No, because I don't.
Nah, not at all. My mother-in-law just so happens to be an accountant for well, she used to be an accountant for Exxon, and then she retired, so she's still an accountant. That used to be what she did for a living.
It's just like I
fucking love that walking. Oh my god, I fucking love that.
This fucking kid, this fucking legend. He's like, this kid is a future fucking Chad because he's like.
This kid is going places, man.
Come to daddy. That sounds like shit that I say to my girlfriend when she's pissed off at me and she punches me. Not like in like a actually violent way, but just in like, okay, you made me feel better, you fucking dickhead. Go away.
But honestly, the guy in the "I am not Larry David either" shirt, he has to talk like Bernie. Like, I cannot imagine a different voice coming out of that mouth, except, "Listen, I am not Bernard Sanders, and I am not Larry David either, and I would like to have a chocolate milkshake."
You sound more...
Okay, Bernie, whatever you say.
You don't sound
He's at a Starbucks. He's not getting a milkshake.
Do you not get me? I've never been to a Starbucks in my entire life, so...
Yeah, like a iced coffee or a frappuccino or some shit. It's the closest to a milkshake you're getting.
I'd like to have an iced coffee and the frappuccino or some shit. And they just write Larry David on it because they can't pronounce his real name.
Eric. Such an esoteric name. I've seen Starbucks before, and I know they have less of a menu than a coffee shop that I work at.
Yeah, we have one downtown.
There are some there's Starbucks where I live, but like, I just go to Tim Hortons. Because I'm Canadian and I go to Tim Hortons.
Why should I eat poutine? I would really at some point like to eat poutine.
Poutine is, I know I'm Canadian and I should be like I should eat poutine like all the time, but honestly I've only ever had it like a couple times in my life, and it's okay.
The concept of it sounds great as a Southerner.
It's fine. It's not something I would eat like too often, but like it's fries with fucking melted cheese and gravy and
see, we are
and it tastes pretty good, but it's really fucking it really clogs your arteries.
Yeah, we are a gravy people down here, so that's right up our alley.
You guys would probably love it.
My best friend of 7 years is from Georgia, and I can't visit his family because if I visit his family, they force me to eat until I'm engorged. And I say, no, I cannot eat any. I cannot physically consume any more food. I cannot eat any more food. And they're like, just take some more dumplings, sugar. Like, you fucking crazy bitch. I said I can't eat any more. No more food. I'm not made for this. I eat one meal a day. What the fuck do you think I am? I don't have an iron fucking stomach like Boogie 2988, but even he has a smaller stomach than fucking I did back then now. So that's not even a good comparison.
Rest in peace, Boogie 1488.
Cookie isn't actually dead, is he?
No,
No.
he's not.
Oh, thank God.
He's just not as fat as he used to be.
Oh, good. I mean, that
Yeah,
is
he lost an entire person.
Yeah.
So he is kind of dead.
So did
like,
Casey
yes.
Anthony.
Yeah, and both of them were on purpose.
There you go.
That's an American crime reference.
Oh.
I mean, there's so many fucking criminals in America. I can't keep track of them all.
And depending on how
That's
you
what
look at them, both of
FBI
them were
does,
somewhat.
Not they even get. Not even they get. You don't have to track all the criminals.
I mean,
There
there's
are-
so many of them. It's like it doesn't.
There are 30,000 FBI operatives and millions of criminals.
Well, see, it sucks because in the U.S. we do have a lot of criminals, but we lost the only smooth criminal.
I mean, the only smooth criminal we had also used to bring his pet llama to recording sessions, and it made it so that the Queen/Michael Jackson collaboration of a lifetime never happened because Freddie Mercury was so fucking scared of Michael Jackson's llama.
Was he scared of
That-
llamas?
No, he was scared specifically of the llama that Michael Jackson insisted on bringing to recording session.
What?
That's odd.
I love
Why
how
did
if
that-
you're just rich, you're allowed to be insane.
Like,
Why do you think I wanna
like,
be rich?
like Nick Cage?
Someday I want to be allowed to be crazy. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
What would it be
Finally
like
have
to
an
be
excuse.
Nicolas Cage? I wonder.
In
It
debt,
would
you'd be in debt, my dude.
But you have so
Very
many
bad.
cool things.
Yeah, like debt.
Should I have that already? Am I
Nicolas
actually
Cage?
Nicolas Cage?
Nicholas
You'd also
Cage-
have a son named Kal-El.
Oof, never mind.
Fucking Nicolas. Yeah, honestly, Nicolas Cage's son is one of the best things to ever happen to this fucking species. Nicolas
Kal-El Cage.
Cage's son.
Isn't he?
I have to find
Like,
a good
super in the
picture
middle?
of the two. This. Yeah.
You-
Fuck.
That just reminded me. One of the Insane Clown Posse has a daughter, and his daughter and he are furries.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
saw that. That was horrible.
They're snakes.
So did he give the
Mhm.
same middle name to both of his sons, or am I going fucking insane?
Wait, is that Nicolas Cage's son?
Yes, that is Nicolas Cage's son.
What the fuck?
It's fucking radical, dude.
I'm that just makes me happy now.
Listen, the Cage house.
God, he's whiter than
Yeah,
I am.
the house of
Weston.
Cage.
Honestly, anything other than that would have probably made me disappointed.
The house
This
of Cage
is-
is filled to the brim with people who you wish you could spend time with.
Feels bad, man.
Weston
I was
Cage
expecting.
actually sidekicked his personal trainer, and then his personal trainer took him out to the sidewalk and beat his ass.
You could probably fucking just like make a movie about Nicolas Cage's life. Like what they should do that one day. Just make a trilogy just about
Starring
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage's
Cage.
life. Not even the movies he's been in, just him and the weird shit that he's done in his life.
It should like
I'm
all
like-
of them should have Nicolas Cage in it, but not in like the main role.
You know, he's just some guy in the
Yes.
background who occasionally looks at the camera and winks while wearing sunglasses, so you can't see it. But he winks.
You can
Just
see-
take 10 minutes of scenes from every movie he made, and that's 3 movies worth.
That's true, yeah.
Remember that scene in fucking The Wicker Man? Well, okay, there are a lot of scenes in The Wicker Man
Yeah, which
that are
one?
fucking premium, but one of my favorites is the one where he assaults a woman who's wearing a bear costume, Or maybe he's in the bear costume. I don't even fucking remember.
I think he's in the bear costume. I can't remember. No, yeah, I think he's in the bear costume.
Yeah, one of them's in a bear costume.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage punches a woman. And that's really all that I care about. Like in the movie Virus. Have you ever seen the film Virus?
Oh, no, I haven't.
I think it's like from the 90s. It's not really all that memorable, except for the line, humanity is virus, which really doesn't mean all that much. But there's this scene at the end where they get out of this like horrible nightmare trap of being stuck on a ship with an alien, I think, who hijacks an alien virus who turns the people into like creatures and they have to kill the creatures. But anyway, they get off the ship and then the guy like is approached by a corporate woman who is like, you went against protocol or some shit like that. And he just fucking decks her in the face. And that shit always sticks with me because I never see that sort of... I don't know why that sort of violence is so visceral and funny to me, but just seeing like a businesswoman get punched by the ragtag fucking survivor dude is just fucking rad.
It's like that punch in Mass Effect. Hello, my name is Kalisa Benzina Al-Jilani, Westerland News. And then you just punch her in the fucking mug. It's just satisfying because she's such a cunt.
You know what's funny too is that Nicolas Cage is actually a good actor. Like when you know how to use him correctly, he can actually act. But he's just in so many shitty movies.
He's in so much debt that he has to take every single thing that comes across his plate. So he's just going more and more insane as he has to try and pretend to kind of act like different people, even though he acts like himself in every fucking movie he's in.
A lot of the time when people go, oh, the acting was shit in this film, it's because the director just didn't know how to use the actors properly.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the actor is bad, but yeah, for the most part.
Here is an incentive for you people. If Burger reaches, how many subscribers is it? If he reaches 20K subscribers, I will post the student film that I was in. And it's not good. It's not a good movie. This is something that you want to see. But the only way you're going to see it is to get those subscriber numbers up.
Those are rookie numbers.
Watch it on a live stream.
We will all watch it. It's only like 20 minutes long. So the rest of it can be like a Red Letter Media type discussion.
That sounds...
It's worth it. 20K.
That sounds like a really good milestone to work towards.
Yeah.
So anybody watching this stream who's not subscribed already, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If you have friends,
why are you watching this stream and not subscribed, faggot? Click that motherfucking subscribe button right now.
It's actually been getting a lot of better. What?
A lot of better.
Like at the beginning of last month, I lost like over like 150 subscribers because like there was
what
like
did you do?
No, it's just because I was on vacation like the last 2 weeks of September, and I only uploaded 3 videos during those 2.5 weeks that I was gone, and so YouTube decided, oh, nobody wants to watch your content anymore, so we're not going to show your subscribers your videos anymore, cunt! And so basically, and people, I don't know, I suppose they got burned out and got no more growth at all, and then just the normal stuff where people just unsubscribe. Like, this happened over a long period of time. And it's been, ever since I got back on the horse, it's been getting a lot better. Like, it's like a couple of days ago, I got like... It was always like, I lost 2 subscribers today, I gained 2 subscribers today, it's been no change today. And then like 2 days, just plus 30 subscribers, plus 40 subscribers. Got 2 subscribers today. That was weird. I do not know what happened there, but I'm glad it did.
So, if we hit 20K subscribers, right, and and 10% of them become grand patrons, Burger will become immensely wealthy.
That is true. Like, if every one of my fucking subscribers gave like $1, I would be immensely wealthy. It's fucking obscene how weird that is.
You'd still be under the poverty line here in the United States, probably.
If I made $16,000 a month.
Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, I forgot how Patreon worked for a minute. I was just thinking like
$16,000 a month.
That's like
I was
more than
like
Jordan
16,000.
Peterson pulls.
Oh, can you imagine how much you could hire somebody to rub your nipple?
I wish
One for
I
each
made
nipple.
half of that.
Rub your very hairy, concentrically nipple. Oh.
I don't like the image that's just been put in my head right now.
It's like a spiral too.
I want
like
to stop.
It's spirals that go in two different directions.
Stop.
Why?
No more, please.
Like I don't do the sex nipples thing. Like these things are dead to me. I could grab this and I could pull it violently. I feel nothing. But
Sounds pretty hot.
But if you
sometimes I'll just be watching a show and I'll be just like, just be playing around.
Are you done?
And then eventually I'll just look down. Oh, I've been playing around with my nipple for the last 3 hours. This is some that I do because I'm fucking retarded. Also, hello MDef Mech. How the fuck did you get in here?
Because they're a grand patron, right?
Did you up your donation?
Did we actually sway somebody to actually upgrade their fucking...
What the fuck is happening? You're still muted.
Nah, he was purple for a while.
No, I was muting myself so I didn't have to hear you talk about your nipple hair.
Did that already happen? Did that upgrade already happen? Sorry, I didn't mean to butt in.
It looks like you're here, my dude. Did we convince you to actually get grand patron status and join this merry band of misfits?
I guess so. I'm really drunk right now, but I'll promise to commit to
you're gonna regret that upgrade.
Dude, you just at the beginning of the month you downgraded your patronage because you had financial issues, dude.
Well, okay, here's what happened. Burger. Here's the thing is that I'm a truck driver in real life. So there's times of the month where
online truck drivers.
Yeah, I don't play Euro Truck Simulator. I like play the actual truck.
I'm waiting
American
for
Truck
the
Simulator.
I'm waiting for the day that we remote control the trucks and the truck drivers are actually sat in front of computers in their homes, just drinking.
I can't wait for that day because I'm totally
skip that day and just go straight to automated truck drivers, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, but so basically, I get paid by the mile, and for some reason during October, I wasn't submitting my trips properly. So towards the end of October, I was like really fucking broke, and then at the beginning of November, I submitted like 11,000 miles of travel. So I just had like several $1,000s dropped into my bank accounts.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Truck driving is great, but don't expect like steady payment. Yeah,
YouTube is similar in that way.
I imagine so. I imagine if I switched from truck driving to YouTubing, I'd just be a lot poorer.
It's usually how it goes.
It's one of the reasons why.
Because people actually need truck drivers. Sorry, no offense, Burger.
Got him.
Oh no, like it's people also need YouTubers, cocksucker. No, of course they need truck drivers.
Okay. Here's the thing is I'm subscribed to YouTube Premium, and the only reason I'm unsubscribed to YouTube Premium is because I can save offline videos off of YouTube for 30 days. So when I'm home, I fill up my phone and my iPad just full of videos from YouTube. So like I've already caught up to you, but like just people who have like tons of videos and shit. I just like download all that shit and then go back to, and then when I'm traveling out on the road, I just watch it so I don't eat up all my data. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Somebody on this server gave me American Truck Simulator. I can't remember who.
I actually did a review of American Truck Simulator as a actual American trucker.
How realistic was it on a scale of 1 to 7?
California in American Truck Simulator is way better than the actual California. California is a really shitty state to drive in if you're a truck driver.
I mean, I was agreeing with you up right through it's a shitty state. So,
where do you live in California? That first question.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Okay.
It's just
so,
a shitty state.
Yes, and it's shitty for different reasons, depending on what part of the state you're in, because it's a huge fucking state. So, north.
Oh, you go.
Oh well, I was about to say Northern California has all the snow and the hipsters, and Central California is like Mexico, and then Southern California is Mexico. So whenever I'm in California, my stress levels go up a lot, and I hate it. But it's where I make money, so I go there. Yeah.
Yeah, there is money to be made in California. Like, holy shit. Actually, I have Euro Truck Simulator, and I tried playing it for like an hour, and I didn't even get out of the parking lot. And so then I stopped playing. Because fuck that noise.
Yeah. Well, I imagine you probably had trouble with like backing up the truck and stuff. That's okay. That's another complaint I have about the Truck Simulator series is that backing up in that game is fucking bullshit because, well, I guess the best I can say is it's like you learn how to ride a bicycle. Like you just know, like for 2 years you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and then all of a sudden it just something clicks in your head and you just know how to fucking do it. So I guess backing a truck up with a trailer is just one of those things that can't be emulated in a game. So
yeah. We need to stop for a second and recognize, guys, give ourselves a round of applause. We're now the gayest channel on YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah.
Big
hell
gay
yeah.
boys!
How did we get that?
Yeah,
what happened?
We were just awarded it, dude. Thank you, Bob Joe. We've been trying. We've been trying for years.
I'm having trouble seeing the chat, so I'm... I see what the problem is. I have to delete all my YouTube cookies because for some reason, just after like a few days, I just get error 400 on all YouTube stuff in my browser, even though it's fucking Chrome and YouTube's supposed to work with Chrome. But no, this is America, I suppose. What? This is not America. Come on, give me chat. Has he sent a super chat or something?
Yeah, there's a super chat. There's a super chat for like €2, I think.
Oh no, that's a different person. I thought like the gayest channel on YouTube. Oh, okay. That is also cool. But I don't want to miss a super chat because YouTube fucked me over with the fucking error 400. I just had to delete all my cookies.
Yeah, but NDefMech, you just reminded me of a beautiful story that I was told by a friend of mine.
Oh,
I
please
shall call
tell.
James, for the sake of this. He works as a security guard at a... what is it? It doesn't matter what they do there. He works as a security guard, night shift. And they have truck drivers come in during the day to drop off parts that are used at the factory. Well, at around 5 a.m. one day, he sees a big rig outside on the camera. So, being the security, he went to investigate what was going on. And a man told him, "Hey, I'm here for the delivery." To which James said, "No, you're not, because we're not open until 5 o'clock a.m. What the fuck are you doing here? It's too early." So the guy's like, "Okay, well, I just need to use your shitter." And James said, "No, you can't use our shitter." And the guy said,
you
"No,
asshole.
I really, really have to." And then James said, "Okay, you can." So we let him in, followed him
Thank
to
you.
the bathroom. And then the guy, before going into the bathroom, turns to James and asks, "Do you have a water bottle I could use?"
Oh Jesus! Oh jeez! Oh no! Okay, I know where this is going. Yeah.
And James
Okay.
goes, What? I think. So he went to the kitchen, brought the guy some cold water, like ice cold water, handed it to him. The guy went into the bathroom, came out, bullshitted for like 5 minutes, and left. James went into the bathroom and checked the stall he was in. There was the bottle of water was
no.
ominously sitting on the floor in front of one of the toilets, and there was just the slightest amount of moisture on the floor.
Okay, I know what happened there. So, when I'm in my truck, I have 2 trash bags. One trash bag is for trash, and the other is for water bottles. Because, well, when you're driving, you get thirsty, so you drink a lot of water, and well, you can't be stopping, every hour to piss it all out. So you piss while you're driving. What I do is that I use them and then I dump them out when I'm I'll take the water bottles and I'll dump them out like on the dirt or grass or wherever I'm at, away from the parking, and then I'll throw them in the trash because when I was young I used to do jobs, clean up, that whole adopt a highway shit that they do in the States to clean up trash.
Yeah.
And dealing with piss bottles is fucking horrible. So I know how that feels. So I'll just dump the water bottles out and then just throw them away. So apparently he's been pissing in water bottles, and that's the only way he can piss now, is that he needs a water bottle.
But why does he
piss.
have to go to the shitter probably to take a shit? How does he take? Does he also shit in water bottles?
No, when you have to shit, then you go to well, if you're like not a degenerate, then you go to like a truck stop or a rest area. I've been lucky to have never been in a situation where I've had to like had the shit and there's not a shitter around. I'm sorry for bringing down your chat to this level of poop talk.
Dude, it's...
This is much better than some of the shit they talk about.
Yeah, that's 100% true. All that being said, we have passed the 2-hour mark. So, as usual, I will be ending the stream. Get me to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and also just general, and we will be watching that weird film with all the patrons.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's...
Okay,
but
before you end the recording, let me just say, Burger, because the first video I ever watched from you was recommended by YouTube and was your communist video. And so for
I mean,
it was like
obviously I know which one, but you know.
Yeah, it was the
That
popular one.
Yeah.
What's up with all the communism?
What's up with all the communism? So for about the first 3 months of me following you, I thought you were British.
So did I, actually.
There are people who right now are watching the stream who think I am British.
Yeah, because I'm an army brat. So my dad is American, my mom is German, so I know how Germans sound. And let me just say, you have a very good handling. You have extremely good handling of the English language.
Here's
Let
something
me
that's
just say.
happened to me several times now. Some more cosmopolitan Germans who have seen the world and traveled around, when I speak German, will accuse me of having a British accent.
Okay, I did watch your one. I did watch your one German video. I forgot the name of it, but it was one of your early German videos, and you sounded like a stereotypical German. Like you were really, really happy and excited to be German. That's how
Finally.
you just sounded, because here in Sioux Falls, we have a large German population, but they came over in the 19th century, so they are like the old school, like before Germany reunited. So they're like
Sad
the old.
boys.
Yeah, they're like the sad boys, so they're really, really proud to be German. So they sound really stereotypical. You sounded just like them, and I'm just like, it threw me off. And I just eventually I figured out it's like, okay, you're German, but you have a really good grasp of the English language, which good on you, man. Good on you.
Thanks, it's the only thing I can do in life, so I have to make the most out of it, I suppose.
Well, your English is way better than my Spanish. Let me just say.
I do also speak Spanish. So
yeah. Well, my Spanish is functional because again I'm a truck driver and and a lot of the people who do the job that no Americans want to do come from Mexico. So my Spanish is functional to tell them how much I'll pay them to unload my truck.
I just speak American.
You some bitch. You want these $25, you're gonna take the shit out the back of my truck without complaining, god damn it.
Jeez, $25, that's a fucking deal. I usually pay like $300. They know what they're worth. They know what they're worth. They're not stupid. I respect them.
Yeah.
But they don't speak American, so they have to be stupid.
This is America. Speak American.
I can't even fucking speak or type English. Like, I've been speaking it for my entire life. Still can't do it. Fucking impossible.
Well, the fact that you can. Well, let me just say, the fact that you can speak it is way better than most Americans.
What the hell is a gerund?
Well,
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
On that note, I will just say no homo. So this stream is no longer gay. The gay has been debunked. And
thank you.
See you around, cunts.
Bye bye, cunts.
Oh god. For fuck's sake. YouTube's not ending the stream because I had to refresh all my cookies. So
this is awkward.
We're still live. Okay, now we're gonna see you around, cunts. See you around, cunts.
See ya, everyone.